YTBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison, and I'm actually going to talk about the reactions of people that you can actually use these techniques that I'm showing you how to tell the character of a person based on their reaction, okay? And it's really quite simple. The first thing, when I'm recruiting or when I'm looking at athletes, I actually watch them to see, their reactions, okay? And these are things that I look for. And I think more boxing trainers need to do this so they don't waste a lot of time on fighters. See, a lot of boxing trainers, what they'll do is they'll train a person, but they'll train that person because they can get a big purse out of it or they can see the superstar. But see, what you're doing as a trainer is that you are hurting yourself in the long run because you can't reap the benefits of what you're trying to do by the fruits of your labor. First thing I do is I look at how does a person respond to a gift. If you give somebody something, whether you're giving them a gift or whether you're giving them time, whether you're going out of your way for them, how do they respond? Do they feel like they're entitled to it? And then do they just kind of sit and be somber? Or when you give them a gift, do they accept it? You got to watch their body language, okay? The body language kind of tells you everything. If they accept the gift, they look at it, they say thank you, and then they put it to the side, you can almost point blank definitely know that they don't appreciate the gift that you gave them, or they're taking it for granted. And see, people with that kind of character, in the long run, trainers and coaches, you're not going to get the best out of them because they're going to always expect you to do more than what you're going to do. They're going to expect you to do it. It's their character, okay? If you don't give in to what they want and give in to their demands, they're just going to leave and slander your name. That's what they're going to do because they don't have appreciation for what it is that you do. And you can find all this out based on a simple gift. Give somebody something to give. Just give it to them out of the blue and actually see what their body language is. See if they really appreciate it. See if they, if they appreciate something, they're going to look at it. They're actually going to talk about it more than once. And they're going to pay attention and focus to what you've given them. Okay, they're going to give it to you. And they're going to point out blank, look you in your eye. They're going to thank you. They're going to shake your hand. And they're going to hug you. See, based on the gift. But if somebody take a gift and they say thank you, but they put it to the side and they keep on going about their business, they truly don't appreciate what you've done for them, okay? Now, here's another way that I can look at a person's character, okay? How does a person respond to their responsibilities? Like, for example, if I loan somebody some money, okay? If I loan them some money and they tell me, hey, coach, I'm going to pay you back this money. I'm going to pay it back to you in 2 months, okay? I purposely don't ask them about the money, okay? I don't ask them about it. What I do is I see if they're going to be a person of their word. If you borrow $200 or $300 from me and you say you're going to pay it back in 2 months, okay, I'm expecting you to pay it back in 2 months. But I don't go hound them. And if that person looked me in my face 3 months later and they still hadn't paid me back, I look at this right here. Con men use the gift of personality to deceive you. So they will try to deceive me with their personality for months and months and months, knowing that they still owe me $200, okay? Knowing that they still owe me $300 and $400. They'll use their gift of personality to try to deceive me, to make jokes. But in the back of their mind, you told me 2 months ago that you would pay me on time. You said that. That tells you a lot about their personality because they can't do what they say that they're going to do, okay? And trainers, you're wasting time with a fighter or an athlete who, if you do anything for them, and some trainers do loan fighters money. Some trainers do let fighters live with them. Well, and some of these fighters, they'll go off and get paid, and then they'll leave the trainer that they were with the first time, and those first trainers don't get any royalties off of those fighters because these fighters, they can't do what they say that they're going to do. Yeah, a con man can use the gift of personality. See, they might not pay you back, but they might, try to talk you up. They might try to befriend you. They might try to do a lot of different things besides pay you off. And I can tell you this right now. If I can't trust you with my money, then what can I trust you with? Okay? If I cannot trust a person with money, I can't trust you with anything. Okay? Here's another rule. When I look at a young athlete, and before I even think to train them, I look at their correction to authority. And one person comes to mind is Adrian Broner, okay? The correction to authority. If I see an athlete out there that's talking back to their parents or they're just being disrespectful to whoever else, I won't train them. I won't train them because that's a waste of time. And I'll never be able to get what I'm supposed to get out of them because they're not going to respond to authority. They have a thing with authority. I remember one time I was out, an athlete called me on the phone, and I started working with her, doing like an evaluation, okay? And this athlete, her mom asked her, did she need some water? And she turned around and told her mama, yeah, I've been waiting on you to give me some water. I don't know why you think I'm going to be out here in this hot sun and, me not be able to drink water. And I kind of looked, and the first time I let it go, and I said, okay, it's cool. Maybe she's just upset with her mom. But then, everything started coming out. Oh, coach, my back hurt. Coach, I can't do this. I can't do this. And so the mom came over, and the mom said, you need to take a rest for a minute. And then she turned around and she said, what do you think I need to do? I mean, you see I'm out here hurting, and then you schedule me to come up here. See, here's what I saw. This mom got her daughter to my training session. She had to fight through an hour long, worth of traffic. She fought through an hour of traffic to get to me. Okay. I stayed out there for about 2 hours. And all this mom heard was her daughter complaining, bitching and moaning, to her mom about, like how she didn't want to be there. How, it's her fault that she's out here in the hot sun. How it's her fault that she didn't get any water. You see, the response to authority, I told that parent, I said, Mom, and I really got on the kid. I said, you talk to your mom like this. This is how you talk to your mom who, she paid me to be out there with you. She fought for an hour in traffic to get to me in the hot sun and 80-degree temperature to bring your little ungrateful self up to me to get training. And I said, and this is how you show your mom, this is how you show your mom gratitude. You show your mom gratitude with this. See, I got real excited and emotional about that, and I let this little girl have it. But and I told the mom, I said, Mom, I understand your frustration with your child, but I can't train her because she don't have respect for authority. And see, many athletes, Adrian Broner, many athletes, they don't respect their trainers, and therefore they can't succeed in the sport of boxing like they can, okay? Their correction to authority, their correction to a parental, okay? See, your reaction to authority is everything, and it tells you about their character, okay? You can't help somebody if they don't have, if they don't have respect for authority. You can't help them, okay? You can't help them at all. Ingratitude is deadly. I'm telling you right now. When somebody don't show appreciation for you, when they just don't, that is deadly, because it shuts me down. Like, I can give somebody a ride home. I can give them a ride home. And some of you do this. I used to give a guy a ride home from work, and I would do it, just out of kindness. And I didn't ask him for anything. But here's the thing, I knew that there was a need that he needed to go home. And, he didn't pay the bus or he didn't pay a cab. But, if he can't even offer you $3 or $5 or $10 in gas, then that shows you that this person has a deep ingratitude. And then, here's the thing. I took this person home for 3 months straight, okay? He never even once said, Coach, listen, man, here's something for gas. It's amazing. And this guy got a new job, making more money, got a better car. And, he never once even thought to say, you know what? Hey, man, let me go and give you something for helping out. It's not that I was trying to expect it, but what I'm saying is, it's the ingratitude, okay? The appreciation of, or the not appreciation of doing something for this person. But it tells you about this character. So you can't trust a person. You can't trust them, and you can't hope to think that the people of this nature with this kind of character, that they're not going to produce results, okay? Look at your favorite fighter and look at why they're not on the top level. And it's because of the ingratitude that they have experienced over the years, okay? But your reaction to authority is everything. And, again, con men can use the gift of personality. So, literally, I got con. I was being con. I was taking him home, and he gave me the sob story. So I said, okay, cool. But a con man can use his gift of personality to deceive you, okay? And that's what happened, okay? And if I can't trust you with my money, what can I trust you with? What can I trust you with, okay? All right, here's another one. Your reaction to greatness. Your reaction to greatness. Now, this is something that I get a lot in the sport of track and field. I'm not going to say I did this for over 20 years to say that there is any other coach that'll work harder than me. And heck, I don't even think there's any other coach, given the conditions, can do it better than I can. And that's just the way I feel. I feel that way, okay? Because I've indebted my life into my sport. I've dedicated my craft for so long that I can't say that anybody can take a normal athlete and get them to point one better than I can, and point two, and then get them to the next level. There's just no way. I can take anybody. I've taken the autistic, I've taken the uncoordinated, I've taken the unmotivated, I've taken the motivated, I've taken the athletic, I've taken the non-talented, and I've taken every single type of athlete you put in front of me, and I've made them better, and I've got them scholarships to college, okay? I've done it every single time. If that athlete will follow me and listen to me, I have gotten each one of those types of athletes to a college scholarship. I've even gotten a girl with one leg. I coached a girl with one leg that got a college scholarship to track and field. I got an athlete with one leg, okay, who believed in my coaching ability. She got a scholarship. I've coached 2 autistic kids who got a scholarship that were just as good as kids who were functioning, okay? I've done that in my career. So I'm not about to say that somebody else is better than me, but you'll know that there are coaches. There are coaches that come to me. There are coaches that are around me. They'll ask me a question. Then when I try to respond, they will try to interject over me. They'll try to talk over me to justify their own inadequacies, okay? I've got former athletes who I've trained to high levels, that they'll coach in high levels. And my former athletes will try to come to me with some rhetoric that they picked up from some coach that won't even train, that don't do nearly half the stuff I do. They'll come back to my training fields trying to make me inferior to them. And that'll never happen, okay? See, I have a system that has been proven that works for over 20 years. And my athletes will come to me. And my former athletes who are coaches will come, and they'll try every single time. Instead of working with me, they'll try to prove that my methodologies are not as great. So they don't respond to greatness. When you're around somebody, it tells you about their character. If I'm around my former coach, I don't try to talk over him. What I do is I shut up. What I do is I shut my mouth and I let him talk. Because, see, my coach is an OG. He's a true OG that, he knows about the sport of track and field. And I shut my mouth and I listen when that man's talking, You ever notice when Nacho Beristain is talking, how Juan Manuel Marquez, he shuts his mouth and he's not interjecting over that? Have you ever noticed that? When Tim Bradley is talking, when Julio Diaz is talking, what does Tim Bradley do? He's shutting his mouth, okay? Or when Virgil Hunter is talking. When Virgil is talking, Amir Khan is completely listening, okay? You get that. But when you see Mike Stafford, when he's talking to Adrian Broner don't know how to shut the hell up. He won't stop talking. And Mike Stafford can't even try to get this guy to do the right thing because he's talking. Now the one thing that I notice about Floyd Mayweather Jr., when his father is talking, Floyd is not talking. Floyd is actually listening. He's nodding his head. And he is acknowledging his father. Okay, I'm listening to you, okay? You see, that's the difference between an Adrian Broner. That's the difference between a lot of these fighters. They don't listen to their corners. They don't understand the presence of greatness. You can tell a lot about a person's character if they're in the presence of something or someone that's greater than they could ever be. The presence of greatness, okay? You see, if I'm standing with my former coach, I don't talk because he is a true OG. He is one of the pioneers of track and field. He did it, and I had the pleasure of training under him. And whenever he comes back to do a clinic with me, I just take his lead and I follow him, okay? My former athletes, when they come back, they want me to follow them, and that's not how it works because even 20 years into the game, I still get results. Like, I'll give you guys a story, okay? Like, one of my former athletes, they were coaching. They're coaching a kid, and they came to me, and pretty much we were having a clinic, and the kid, that they're coaching didn't respond to him. I looked the kid in the eye, and I said, "Do you want to be good?" And the kid said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you need to shut up. You need to shut up because you're not that great anyway." You see, it took a person like me to tell that kid, "You're not that good. You need to shut up and listen." We worked out for 2 hours, and that kid performed better than she ever did. And it's not even because, I'm that much of a better coach or I know more than what my former athlete knew. But the thing of it is that I understand what the differences are. I understand how to get to that level of performance, okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Okay, this is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.